Welcome back to Stumps and Sixes, where every cricketing moment finds its voice. It's India versus Australia, the battle of two cricketing powerhouses, and it's huge because after the loss against Afghanistan, it is a must-win for Australia, and India have a chance to take revenge. Your initial thoughts?
Like who thought that India will get a chance to finally take a revenge? Not a revenge, like we got a chance at least to knock them out of the World Cup eventually. And it's like both ways. Even India has a chance of getting knocked out. There was slight chance. Like if India lose to Australia by 60 runs and Afghan went to the Bangladesh by 35 runs, even India can get knocked out. So it's much like a virtual knockout. And I feel India slightly have that upper hand because in T20 World Cup we have better records against them, and I hope so. We will make it today.
Of course. And Afghanistan defeated Australia. It was like Group B always seemed tough with England, West Indies, South Africa. But Group A, everybody was saying it's a no-brainer that India and Australia will qualify. But Afghanistan defeated Australia. It completely changed the dynamics of our group. And Afghanistan completely dominated Australia. Like they got to 148 first. They started really well in the batting. But later they lost the rhythm. But they got to 148. And once they scored 148, they came out to defend it. They'll do everything they can to defend. And defend they did.
Yeah, like they almost did in the last World Cup. If not for that hatch job of Mujib was a costly miss. We all know. I think Mujib was not playing that day for Afghan, so that's a plus point. And once again, Maxwell came to form against them, and he was being dangerous. Like the game was like opposite. In the last World Cup, like it looked like an Afghans game, and they lost to Australia. And this time, after this Maxwell scored 50, I thought it's over completely. It's going to be an Aussie game, and then they came back thanks to Prubudin knife, and it's a perfect defense. And I was expecting this. Like Afghan can beat any team. Like they didn't home or win. They got the ability. They have grown. They have built their team. Like they are the only team who have that capacity to bowl 4 spinners and 4 fast bowlers. I can bowl anyone on the pitches. That balance they have, and they have the good batting attack. Like earlier they were known for their spin bowlers. That's what they're known for, and they have improved largely with their batting, and that's what makes a good team for a T20 World Cup.
You bring up a really good point about Glenn Maxwell, because we can finally say that Afghanistan have conquered their ghosts of 2023, because in the 50-over World Cup in India here in Mumbai, it was complete Afghanistan dominance, and we knew it that Afghanistan is going to upset Australia. But one man, Glenn Maxwell, stood tall, and like you mentioned, that catch, Mujibur Rahman, the catch he dropped, completely cost Afghanistan that game. And of course, it was playing in Afghanistan's mind, because again, Glenn Maxwell was the one who stood tall, again in a run chase, and he got to his 50. So Afghanistan must have started feeling that we can't let Glenn Maxwell do it again. But they did not. Gulmadin Naib, like you mentioned, really good. He bowled really well, took 4 wickets. And that catch that Noor Ahmed took, it was a brilliant catch to dismiss Glenn Maxwell. And once Glenn Maxwell got out, Afghanistan completely wrapped up the match.
Yeah, it's like even the last match they lost it to pressure, I would say. Like they weren't good enough to handle the pressure. And this time they learned that really well. And this is a T20 format which they are very alien for, because Afghanistan was earlier an association. So they are not playing much 50-over game. So that's a different ball game for them. Lack of experience, we could say. But in T20s, they are playing it every year. They're playing a lot of 20 cricket. So they have that experience of how to handle the pressure situations in this game. So that's what helped them. And I hope so they will make the semis. for the first time.
Of course, it is great for Afghanistan cricket, like Rashid Khan mentioned, that it is a win for the people of Afghanistan. And you can just see that raw emotion, that pure emotion in the dressing rooms. Rashid Khan said that now 23 is his lucky number because it was on 23rd that Afghanistan defeated Pakistan, which was a historical moment for Afghanistan. And now again on 23rd, they defeat Australia, which is adding on to that history. Even there was Rahmanullah Gurbaz saying that they hit us in the 50 over World Cup, now we hit back in the 20 over World Cup. There was raw emotion because it is huge for Afghanistan cricket.
Yeah, emotions would be there, but I feel they should not get carried out with that. Like, yeah, they have been a best team in the world, one of the top team in the world. That's okay, but the tournament is still on because that's what big team do. That's what make you a big team. Like we have seen that in IPL, how RCB celebrated defeating ESK. That tournament doesn't stop there. We have to win the trophy. That should be their aim. Even though we can say they are minnows, they are underdogs, still they can win the tournament. They just 3 games away to win the tournament. And they can do it, I think so. And let's come back to this match you want. There's Australia we're talking about. Like, what would you feel like? Who will have the upper hand? I said India.
I think, like, if you see India versus Australia, for India this match is not as important as it is for qualification, because you would see that India faced Australia third, because so India have already defeated Bangladesh, already defeated Afghanistan. So you know that India are more or less qualified. But this match is huge. Not just for qualification purposes, but we want that revenge for 19th November. We have got a chance to knock Australia out before the group stage, in the knockouts, before the knockouts. And mainly because Australia is such a different gravy in the knockouts that you don't want to let them get to the knockouts. If you have a chance to knock Australia out before the knockouts, you have to knock them out, or else because you want to increase your chances to win the World Cup. If you want to win the World Cup and you have a chance to knock Australia out before the semifinals and the finals, then please just do it.
Yeah, and how do you say about the revenge for the November 19? I think that's not going to happen here, because even Shekhar Dhawan said that N can get over anything but not November 19. Like, you got a chance to knock them out on a T20 World Cup play, and they defeated us in their home ground in front of 1 lakh people, they silenced us. I think going to match that one. I think they can come to that later. But what I think was, even in the T20 World Cup, they are not that much. They don't have that much record. In 17 years, they just won 1 trophy, and they have lost in finals to England. They lost in semifinals to West Indies. So they are not much of power. Still, they have that intelligent. And the current Australian team with hard comments on, they have that mindset to win the knockout game. And for India also, as I said earlier, it's an important game. Like, we have to win this. We can't play this. It's like, and it's not important. We are already qualified. We still have the chance to get output by them. We still have a chance. So we should not take that lightly. We should go for a win. Like, we should play like a knockout game. We have, and like as I said, we also have that 3 games to win the trophy, like to end the trophy draw. So we should give over everything what we have. We should go for full game, give 200% on the field, and just defeat everyone and win the trophy.
Of course, keeping the momentum going is crucial, because we've been playing against USA, Ireland, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Now we face Australia. It's time to test ourselves against one of the best team in the world, and we need to defeat Australia, like you mentioned. Australia, on the other hand, will be pumped because they have just lost to Afghanistan. You even saw Mitchell Marsh make a comment that now we need to win that last game, and who better to do it against than India. Travis had also...
Mind games you want. Sorry to interrupt. That's all mind games. And he should not fall for that. Like a player like MS Dhoni will not fall for that. I'm not praising him. Like, you should not get that. Like, Australians are used to do that. They are known for their sledging, known for their end games, and we should not fall for them. We should not get triggered or get emotional for that. That's why getting emotional will make you overdo, make you try extra than what you do. Like, if you play a normal game, if every player do their job well, and he can this game easily, I would say.
Of course, but Australia will be pumped because and India, of course, need to get that win, like you mentioned. But Australia, after that loss, need to be pumped because even for India, if to defeat Australia, we need to be at 100%. We can't be at 80%, 90%, and then we can defeat Australia because Australia is a do or die for them. So for sure, they must be giving it their all to win this game. And we've seen so many times them just wriggle. Somehow they find themselves in tricky situations to qualify, but somehow they qualify. Even in the 50-over World Cup, they lost their first 2 matches. India one of them, and they were placed last. 10th they were placed. They still, even the Afghanistan game, they could have got disqualified in that game, but someone like Maxwell stood up. They just made it somehow to the semifinals, top 4, and then they dominated both the games, the semifinals and finals. So it is like Australia are just different game in ICC knockouts. So we need to get that win.
Yeah, you said that Australia will be pumped up. Don't you think India will have that pump in that? Don't you think Rohit Sharma, who lost an home World Cup to them, don't you think he will have that pump and rush to help them out and make them out of the World Cup? Don't you think so?
Of course, India will, like I mentioned, it's a time for revenge.
They
It
also
is a
pumped them, yeah, like if Afghans are getting that much fun, we will have more reason to avenge them. And then India will be more pumped up to win this game than Australia, I would say.
yeah, both teams are going to be pumped. So that is what calls for an absolute nail biter of a match on 24th because there's so much at stake. So it is a match we cannot miss. There's so much excitement about that match. So it is going to be a nail biter of a match. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a humdinger of a match because both teams, it's like a rivalry has built up. India versus Australia with the Border Gavaskar Trophy. India went there, defeated them. The Rishabh Pant moment, Shardul Thakur in a test series. So India versus Australia rivalry has built, and anytime they face in the stage like a World Cup, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, of course. And I think it's happening in St. Lucia. So it's a flat track, batting friendly pitch. So it's going to be a high scoring encounter. And I think our batter should, it's a new approach we got. Like we promoted Virat to opener. Like I think his plan is like how it's going to anchor the innings. Like even Virat, they don't want Virat to stay there and score a 50 ball 70 or 50 ball 80. They just want to score a 20 ball 40 or 20 ball 85. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. Like so, that's their new intent, and I think it's needed for the T20 format, like the modern day cricket where every batter is going for the ball one. How do you think about this new approach?
I know, like Kohli and Rohit opening the batting, it was very much hype in the neutral fans, like Indian cricket fans' point of view. But we've not seen the Kohli and Rohit as the opening pair like we would have expected them to play. Because even we played against USA, Ireland, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and still we don't have a statement of intent or innings. Both we don't have a partnership, like an opening partnership where Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have just taken on the attack and played well. So even for Australia, because they know that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have not been in the best of momentum, best of form as they would wish to be. Of course, Indian fans would like to think it of this way that who better to perform against Australia? What a better match, because Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma are big game players. You can't say they are out of form because anytime when it's a big stage, they can just perform and they can just erase whatever negative performances that they've had. But in the Australian point of view, they know that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, if they can't get going from the very first ball, they are going to put pressure. So, Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, Josh Hazelwood, they are going to try and put pressure on Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma early, not give them runs like they did against South Africa in the semi-final. They'll field well, they'll not give them runs, and then Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma will try to do something and try and get them out.
Yeah, but I think so. Even though Kohli and Rohit is not performing, still India is winning, and that's what important. We can't depend on just who plays to win that tournament like World Cup. That won't happen. That won't help you. Kohli and Rohit can't win you World Cup, can't win you matches every time. I think they are in their last 2 years of their career, last 2-3 years. So India have to learn how to win without them. It's high time for other players like Rishabh Pant, Hardik Pandya, even Shivam Dube to come there and perform to put their team up. I think Kohli and Rohit, they will go for chances irrespective of if they're putting us or not. Like they will not see for it's a T20 format, man. We have only 120 balls. And they're not going to anchor it. So they will go from ball when they will take chances. If their bats, if they trying to middle the ball, it's okay, they will go for. And if they get out early, it's responsible for other players. And it's the same ground in St. Lucia. Gros Islet batted number 3 and scored a century in 2010 in the World Cup match. And I somewhat feel Rishabh Pant could do something like that today.
For sure, Rishabh Pant, that number 3 has been a game changer because even if we are not getting great starts with the opening pair, Rishabh Pant has been aggressive from ball 1. Rishabh Pant has showed that aggressive intent. Even the left hand, right hand combination comes into play. So Rishabh Pant is going to be the player to look out for in this game as well as semifinals and the finals because he's a different player, he's an aggressive player. T20 player, so he of course for India's chances Rishabh Pant is crucial. That's why you see him getting picked, him getting that backing from the Indian selectors after his comeback after a big injury. He's been great in the IPL also, and then he's been picked. He's been given the advantage over Sanju Samson. So Rishabh Pant, of course, he's a player to look out for.
Yeah, Rishabh Pant is going to look out for, and it's high time for Jadeja to come back to form. Like he's not made that impact in the World Cup, and his match is perfect for him. Like he will be crucial when the second Maxwell, like because Maxwell is a very hard hitter, and Jadeja is one of very few bowlers where he troubled. There is only one of very few bowlers like Ashwin where Maxwell troubled to score, and that would be crucial. And even coming to Travis Head, like who cost us 2 World Cups, I think India will come with a plan for him, proper plan. What I would say was, look what this Harkan Hulak did. They just attack the stumps, don't give him the space to free the arms, or else you can do one thing like what MS and Rudraj did in IPL. Bowl well, outside the off. Has a field in the deep point, and he will swing his bat and find the fielder some more. I think they should come with the problem because this one man on that one innings cost us 2 World Cup Italy last year.
Travis Head for sure has given Indian fans headaches, given us trauma because in the WTC final, man of the match, Travis Head. World Cup final, man of the match, Travis Head. Both times, India were close, but Travis Head took the game away from India. So 100%, if India wants to win the game, increase their chances, get Travis Head out as early as possible. Like you mentioned, some strategies to get Travis Head out. We have one bowler, Jasprit Bumrah, Bumrah. He is the crucial to get Travis Head out early. We need to get Travis Head out early because if Travis Head gives them those starts, if Travis Head gets going in a T20, he is going to take the game away from you.
Yeah, the same thing I said for Rohit and Kohli. It's not, I expect Bumrah to take all the wickets every time. Like Bumrah has only 4 overs. He can't take all the 10 wickets, all like important wickets. And it's relevant for even Ajib Singh. He took him bowled on the IPL match. I saw that in the first over.
Yes.
I think in this match, Ajib is gonna bowl the first over. He's gonna take the new ball. So it's a tournament too, and it's a tournament of other bowlers too. Hardik Pandya, be it Jadeja, be it Kuldeep Yadav, be it Akshar Patel. It's a tournament of everyone to take the wicket. And while concentrating on Travis Head, it's not forget them other batters of Australia. Like they have David Warner, they have Mitchell Marsh, who has not been so good in this tournament, but he's the captain of the Australian team. So he can't let him off this team. And Marcus Stoinis is in terrific form this year. And we should concentrate every batter, and we should not give that hype to Australians. Like yes, they have been a dominant side, dominant against us in the World Cups, but that hype will create the mental background to the Indian team. There, like you should respect the opponents, respect the conditions, but don't hype the opponents. Like they're Australians, bro, Australian mindset, and if you go and play with that mindset, I'm sure we're not going to win against them.
Of course,
Everyone.
Indians have to be pumped. Indians have to be at their best game against Australia. And you mentioned Hardik Pandya. So Hardik Pandya's redemption arc has been brilliant. In the IPL, we see people booing him, people trolling him, hating on him. Mumbai Indians fans themselves. It was even everybody, the Narendra Modi Stadium, Gujarat Titans fans. It was a sorry sight to see. But now he comes into the blue jersey, he takes the Indian jersey, comes to the USA and West Indies play for the country, and he's brilliant. He's been in brilliant form. Against Pakistan, he played brilliantly. In the last game against Bangladesh, he performed. So all of the Indian fans can just stand and applaud, and their apology should be as loud as the disrespect was.
Yeah, because when it's come to India, it's totally different. Hardik Pandya, like, and when I could see the old hymns of Kung Fu Pandya, like he's going to just go there and attack from the first ball. Hit those monsters with his powers, and in this match especially, and he's the player who can perform in clutch when comes some top order collapse or something, or when you need some quick runs. He's the one player who could give the clutch performance, who could change the game in just 1 hour. Like when Australia have Glenn Maxwell, we have Rishabh Pant and Hardik Pandya. Even Dubey that one. Even Dubey, his role is clear. Like in CSK, he's going to go in the middle, take on this inner. Adam Zampar, Glenn Maxwell. He's gonna hit sixes against him. That's his job. He's not gonna stay there. He's not gonna anchor. He's not going to finish the innings. It's like everyone has a role in this team. Like everyone, like Rohit and Kohli, they're not going to bat after 6 or 8 overs. They just go for chances in the first 6 and 8 overs, and then come Rishabh Pant. He will swing his bat. Like and Surya Kumar, he will do with his deep shots against how he did with Rashid Khan. I think the Indian team is well set now, well ready for the in battle.
Of course. And we talk about Pat Cummins. He has taken a double hat-trick. It's crazy because in both the Super 8 games, he comes in, takes a hat-trick against Afghanistan, takes a hat-trick against Bangladesh. He's been brilliant.
Yeah, and his bowling is more suitable in this competition in West Indies, and where Mitchell Starc struggles. Even Mitchell Starc was dropped in one match. They made him hit in the one match, like, and I think that Australia can make some changes, like bring back Nathan Ellis and drop Hazelwood. They won't do, but I have that on option. And Pat Cummins, he's not been in that great in T20s, but he's that one bowler who could perform in clutch, who could perform when the team needs him most, and he's a one bowler to look for sure.
Yeah, that's for Group A. And in Group B, though we knew that it's going to go down right down to the wire. Group A also got exciting thanks to Afghanistan. But now in Group B, South Africa are completely unbeaten till now, but still they have not qualified yet. England have qualified. England are the first team to get qualified, the Q in their ahead of the name in the semifinals. England, they of course, they wriggled in. There was lots of chances. Australia against Scotland game, they had to watch from the hotel rooms and hope and support Australia to win that match. But once they reached the Super 8, they dominated the West Indies. They came close against South Africa but lost. And they needed to win against USA with a big margin to completely shoot up the net run rate. And they did that. So because of the net run rate is gone higher than South Africa, so England are qualified. That makes South Africa versus West Indies a virtual quarter-final. And now it's going on right now, that game. West Indies 135 and now South Africa 15 for 2. So it's going right down to the wire about who the second team is going to be.
Yeah, and things like this has happened in the T20 World Cup. Like you win all the matches and you just lost the one match and you were out of the World Cup. It happened to even India as well in 2012. Like we won against everyone. We just lost to Australia and we're out of the tournament. It can happen to South Africa as well, as they're known for sucking in the big games that they're doing it right now. That target is just 135 and they're 15 for 2 down now. I don't know what will happen to them. They in last match they looked like a completely strong batting side against England. They're going really well. They scored some decent score and they bowled really well. And this match suddenly they lost 2 wickets all of a sudden. Like, this is what happened in South Africa. Like in the important matches, they will close wickets early. They will drop catches. Bowlers will bowl full toss. Everything will happen to them. And in my heart, I was wishing both South Africa and West to qualify, but now that won't happen as Canada's approaching. I am in the like of 50-50 now. I am in a table main now. I want both of them to qualify. I want South Africa to go because they have won these games. They didn't win it easily. They have fought hard for it. Even against Nepal, they fought hard for it. Even against Bangladesh, they fought really hard to in that match. And I think those efforts couldn't go in vain. And again, in this end, West Indies, my favorite team, in T20s, the Caribbean flavor. Like T20s without them is boring here sometimes. Without Caribbean. And this World Cup, I really thought they would go strong. Just one bad match they had with England against them. Just one bad match and all was suddenly changed against them. And I really don't know whom to support today.
Of course, it's going to be really exciting to see whether South Africa or West Indies join England from Group B and whether it is Australia or Afghanistan to join India in Group A. That's it for the India vs Australia game. We are going to be back for the semifinals and of course the grand finale. Follow our Instagram and social media handles. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned.